Prashant sir, can we start the session? Prashant sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir. Once again. Dear participants, I welcome you all for the day two of session 2. So now we are going to have a discussion on blockchain research, blockchain with integration of IoT in research challenges and issues. So I hand over the session to Dr. Prashant sir. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. So my voice, slides are visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
My voice is audible.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, participants. Good afternoon to one and all present here. So the first session, the morning sessions, we discuss about IoT, how the IoTs are used in some real-time applications, what are the advantages. So last few things are discussed in the first sessions. Moreover, we discuss about how we can work in the Tinkercad tool. Now, we are going to discuss about why we have a IoT technology, because it is also a new technology, but why we need some other technologies to incorporate with the IoT environment. So one of the major reason is in order to provide a good security, good privacy of sensitive data in the IoT environment. For that, we need a blockchain technology. So the blockchain technology will provide us a secure information related to IoT environment. So one of the major issues in the IoT is security challenges. So the most of the researchers done their research related to IoT security areas, but still the security challenge. The blockchain basic concept with IoT environment. So now I just start the few 5 to 10 slides. I just give you some introduction about blockchain. Maybe the previous day, yesterday professors also talked about some blockchain technologies, but I will give you some refreshment about blockchain technology. After that, I will discuss about what are the private and public blockchains are available. So what are the applications of blockchain technology? And next thing, how we can integrate blockchain and IoT. So while we integrating, what are the challenges we are facing? How we can recover that challenges? And finally, this integration concept, the blockchain and IoT integration concept, where it is used. So I will give just intro about 3 basic applications where we need this integration concept. So this is my afternoon sessions covers this particular sessions. So I just start with the blockchain. As we all know, the blockchain is a new technology. That means the thirst areas which are used in predominantly so many companies like IBM, Microsoft, etc. So many companies preferred a blockchain era. So usually it's a growing list of records. That means called as blocks that are linked using cryptography. Cryptography means we use encryption and decryption algorithms. So first case, we are just frame the blocks. That means collection of records. That blocks consist of three things. One is crypto hash of previous blocks. So we have a n number of blocks. So each block consists of three information. One is cryptographic hash of previous block, and second one is timestamp, and third one is transaction data. So these are the three information available in each block. Provide as a encrypted information. Second thing, and third thing, the transaction data. So which data we are going to transact. So these informations are available in the transaction data. So with help of designing a blockchain, it's very difficult to modify the data. So that is the beauty of our blockchain. We just simply save the data in the blocks. We can't modify the data. So that is a big advantage in our blockchain. Again, I repeat it. Whenever other technologies means that advantages will be used in IoT technology. Because IoT, we have plenty of sensitive data. Okay, once we use a blockchain concept, it's very difficult to modify the sensitive data. So my voice is okay? Slide is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. A number of blocks. So for each block, we have a hash functions and transaction of data. So these are one of the block concepts available in the blockchain technology. Next thing is, these are some unique characteristics of blockchain technology. So with the help of a blockchain technology, it will provide some cryptographic secured one. So the first thing is it provides secured informations with help of some cryptographic algorithms. And second thing is, I already mentioned, we able to write the data. We don't able to modify the data. Okay, so that is the next characteristics of our blockchain technology. And third thing is concept here. Distributed and also some decentralized concept, not a centralized concept. It is based upon a decentralized characteristics. So these are the three major characteristics available in our blockchain technology. So how the blockchains are work? Why we need a blockchain? You can imagine the person A wants to make a transaction to person B. Okay, so you can imagine like this. At that time, the first case, the first step, the transaction A is transmitted to the network. That information will be transmitted to the network. So here, along with the transaction A, the data block is added. In the second step, the data block is added. Once the data block is added, next, that information will be validated with help of validated block. The validated block use the blockchain concept to validate the information available in the block. I already mentioned the block consists of list of records. So here, all the transaction informations are stored in the blocks. B receives the transaction information from A. So this is how the blockchain operations will be performed. Moreover, the blockchain allows the transactions to be verified by a group of unreliable actors. So each transactions will be verified. So the thirst, that means threads will be avoided here. Thing is, without stored a set of Bitcoin transactions. As we all know, the blocks are linked together to the previous block and forming the chain. So each block maybe store some set of Bitcoin transactions. As we all know, the Bitcoin network is nothing but a peer-to-peer payment network that can be with help of a cryptographic protocols. So each block stores a set of Bitcoin transactions. So the Bitcoin network, to support with the Bitcoin network, it provides additional functionalities like storage, wallet service, mining. So based upon these functions, the different type of nodes are introduced. First, I will just start with some give definition about each and every functions, then how we can use this. For example, the function is essential because it is necessary to participate in the peer-to-peer network. That means the routing function includes transactions and block propagations. Okay, so as we all know, the routing means it provides some routing informations. Here, the routing means the transaction informations. Next, storage. The storage function is responsible for keeping a copy. That means it stores some copy of the information. That means the block contains records. That copying information will be available in the storage function. Why we need a storage function? In future, we have to analyze this. For analysis and the evaluation purpose, we need a storage function. It's mainly used for the future scenario concepts. Next, wallet service. The wallet service offers security functions. So that security functions allows users to order the transactions. So each and every transactions, we need some security keys. So that key will be provided with help of a wallet service. And at last, the mining function. So the mining function is responsible for creating the new blocks. For example, we need 6 or 7 blocks. For creating each new blocks, we need a mining function. So likewise, we need 4 functions. Routing, for routing of the transactions. Storage function, we need a backup of block informations. We need a wallet service for security, providing a security key. And we need a mining function for creating a new blocks. So these are the 4 major functions provided by the Bitcoin network. So the combination of 4 things is, for example, the Bitcoin core network consists of these 4 functions. But the full node scenarios, we have only storage and routing functions. So likewise, so these are the different kind of node functions available in our Bitcoin nodes. So each and every Bitcoin nodes have unique functions. So what are the different type of blockchains? We have some little bit confusions whether we have used private blockchain or we have used public blockchain. So we already know about the two keys, the repeated terms in that security cryptographic algorithms. We have used two keys. One is private key, next one is public key. The public key is available in the public environment, no problem on that. But private key will be a very secure key, which are available in our user itself only. So likewise, same scenario will be used here. We need two type of blockchains are there. We have a little bit confusion whether we go towards public or we have go to the private key. Something is a public blockchain. So as we all know, the public blockchain can be managed autonomously to exchange the information between the users. So here we don't need about administrator control. Okay, so here is one of the big advantage. Administrator control is not there here. So at the same time, some drawback is also there. So the blockchain user will be acted as the administrator. So this is a public blockchain. At the same time, the private blockchain means the second form of this thing, but a private blockchain. The private blockchain, otherwise called as a permission blockchain. That means only the particular peoples, specific peoples only use this blockchain. Maybe it will be used in some companies also, because it allows the companies to create and centralized administrator their own transactional networks. Any network, they central coordinator, like a central, or the transactions will be controlled and monitored by the. Okay, so that the central administrator will do only, they do inter as well as intra transactions. That means within the network we can transfer. At the same time, with the two different networks, they will use this with the help of some central administrative concept. Yeah. Main difference between these two. As we all know, public blockchain means anyone can participate. But here, the private blockchain, only the specific participants are participating. That means only the company peoples, not unauthorized peoples are not allowed here. Next thing, it needs some cryptocurrency. But private blockchain does not need about any cryptocurrency. Yes, it is a high decentralized concept because each blocks or nodes are acted as a administrator. But here, the central administrator will control all the transactions. So due to this central administration purpose, it provides us a high throughput, whereas the public blockchain provides us a low throughput. At the same time, the energy consumption also will be higher compared with the private blockchain, because each and every node or every participant nodes will consume more energy because they take own decision, because they will act as the own administrator. But here in the private blockchain, only the central coordinator, central administrator only will take care of all the transactions. All the responsibilities will be taken by the central administrator. So these are the some basic difference between public and private blockchain. So my voice and slides are visible or okay? Shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Because we are all in the online platform. So at the meantime, we are regularly I'm checking that because the participants are listening. I don't. No. So that's why I'm just asking. Okay, don't mistake me. So where the blockchains are used. So these are the some interesting applications of blockchains. So I already mentioned the blockchains are used in Bitcoin network. Nowadays, the voting, government also use that blockchain concept for voting purpose, healthcare, payment and transfers, banking. Yeah, definitely we use the banking in that concept. Real estates. One of the interesting thing here is in IoT, we will use the blockchain. So that is our today's session. Okay, so just don't listen these applications. Only we can concentrate these our IoT applications. So in IoT also we can use the blockchains. So as we all know, the blockchains enables the distributed public ledgers. It will be a more encrypted and secured way. So some of the applications are chipping. We use blockchain in the financial service technology also, healthcare, energy, real estate. So all the different applications we need are blockchains. So in the end session, I will just give you 3 applications I already mentioned. The integration part, the 3 applications. Okay, we will discuss in the 3 clear healthcare part in that end session. Okay, so now I will just give you only the blockchain concept, blockchain applications only I will discuss. For example, you can imagine in the e-commerce. Okay, in the blockchain technology, we need each blocks. So in the each block stores the transactions of date. That means we have purchased. For example, yesterday we purchased 2 things. That information will be stored in one block. Okay. At the same time, the block stores the name of the customer. For example, Prashant or maybe any Ranjit or likewise. So each block stores the name of the customer in the form of digital signature. And each product have a unique code. For example, we take paste. We have some unique code. So the code will be stored. For example, one block name called as a Prashant. That block consists of list of records. For example, code 110. The 110 denotes paste. 111 that represent soap, or 121 represent laptop. So likewise, the unique code will be provided to each product. So likewise, the blockchain technologies will be used in the e-commerce. So this is the new next era. Okay, so all the informations will be stored in a secure manner. Next, cryptocurrency. How the cryptocurrency uses the blockchain. So the most of the cryptocurrency techniques uses the blockchain to record the transactions. For example, you can take the Bitcoin network or Ethereum network. They use both. Bitcoin network is a peer-to-peer payment network, okay, which operates on the cryptographic protocol. That means encryption and decryptions of data. So in the recent years, most of the social networks follows are based upon the blockchain concept. They will enter into the blockchain technology. They use the blockchain technology like Facebook. So the Facebook confirm you'll be work with the blockchain group. Okay. You can imagine. So in the last 10 years back, okay, they will introduce a payment concept, transaction from A to B. That means one amount will be transferred from another amount without a manual. That means through internet. All people are shocking, or they're not considered, they're not minded. It's not a working scheme. But now we are all using the payment through Google Pay or through any internet banking. So likewise, in future, maybe upcoming next 5 years or 10 years, definitely the blockchain is growing in good era. Okay, nowadays the most of the companies are not believing in the blockchain technology, but still few companies are moved towards the blockchain. Next one is the personal identifications. So one of the big problem in our day-to-day life is carrying of variety of identifications like address proof, likewise driver license, computer passwords, because we have one computer, but we have 3 Gmail accounts, or we have Facebook, Instagrams. Likewise, we very tough to maintain these passwords, identity cards, securities, etc. So these are the some identifications. So day by day it will be increasing. Okay, in before 10 years we have only 1 Gmail account, but now we have 3 or 4 Gmail accounts, and we have a Facebook, we have a Instagram. So all we need a security keys or security private keys. So the maintaining of these keys is very difficult by the human beings. So here the blockchain concept is introduced. The blockchain provides us a digital form of ID. So just replace all the forms of physical identifications. So definitely in future, we are able to use one digital ID for signing up all any register. It's very interesting. No, we have only one password or only one digital ID for all the passwords or driving license or social security, all ID cards. We have only digital one ID means it will be very interesting. So it reduces the carrying of range of identification purpose. So this is some basic different unique applications. We can use blockchain in e-commerce as well as cryptocurrency as well as a personal identification purpose. So now we have a two technology. We have a little bit knowledge about two technology. Once again, I repeat it. IoT means n number of physical devices connected over the for sharing of data. Blockchain means it provides some block concept. That means each block contains three information. That means list of records. Three information will be available in the blockchain. One means hashing function. Second thing is timestamp, and third thing is transaction data. Okay. So now we have a two technology, IoT as well as blockchain. Both have advantages as well as drawbacks. Okay. Now how we can integrate these two? Why we need to integrate? So these are the some question arises while we think like integration. So we can integrate IoT data science, we can integrate IoT with cyber security, we can integrate with WSN, RFID. So like this, we can integrate. So those who are interested in the research, okay, you can concentrate these kind of integration concept. So it is a new and also challenging and also interesting part. Okay, so we know about both concepts, but while we integrating, we face lot of challenges. Okay, so you have to find out the proper solution for that integration concept. Okay, so I just start these sessions. So as we all know, the IoT implies a decentralized network of devices. That means n number of devices, connected to the remote users. Okay, these are the some IoT devices will be connected to the remote users. Okay, not in the same network, will be at the different networks, will be different locations. At the same time, on the other hand, the blockchain, it's a very nature. It requires a network of nodes. Okay, because we need a nodes, then only we have to attain the transactions between the nodes. Okay, so IoT already have different type of devices. Blockchain, we need a different kind of nodes. Okay, then only we have to do the transaction purpose and cross check, and will be stored all the transaction informations. So you can imagine in 2005, that means before 2005, we have a closed and centralized IoT networks. Okay, we have closed and centralized IoT networks. But now, that means today, we have open access IoT network and centralized cloud. Because open access IoT network means we can easily use IoT networks, and will be stored, all the informations will be stored in the centralized cloud. Okay, so in future, this is past, this is present, and this is future. Okay, so you can introduce any new technology or can introduce in any new project. Okay, definitely you will concentrate these three. One is past, present, and future. So your unique technology will work with past as well as today technology as well as future technology. That means collaborate. It will support. Okay, for example, you can imagine 2003 Word document. Now we are using in 2016, 17, whatever maybe. But the 2016 supports 2003 Word document also. Okay, so that is a flexibility. Okay, suppose it didn't support means definitely we didn't use that new technologies. Okay, so while you're just thinking that, remembering that this concept, while we're designing a new design or new technology, that technology will cooperate and work with the present as well as past as well as future. Okay, so now we're using a open access IoT network and a centralized cloud. But in future, it will be very interesting, but it is also a very challenging one. You just think like that. Okay, it provides open access IoT network, but distributed cloud, not a centralized cloud. Okay, it is a distributed cloud. Each network or each node or each object having a distributed cloud. Okay, it's a very interesting thing. Okay, so maybe any participants or interested.
Sir, sir, sorry to interrupt. Can you please just go back
Distributed
once
cloud.
again what you repeated now past 2 to 3 minutes, please? Once again.
Which slide, ma'am?
No, in the same slide, the same slide.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. This slide. Just a quick review.
Okay. So in before 2005, we have a closed and centralized IoT network. That means we don't have any centralized cloud. Okay, we just simply centralized cloud. In today, present, we have an open access IoT network. We have an open access IoT network as well as with centralized cloud. All the information will be stored in the centralized cloud. Okay, in future, in 2000, maybe 2025 or behind, okay, in future, the open access IoT network along with the distributed cloud. So each and every device have a distributed cloud. Okay, it has advantages as well as drawback. Okay, advantages means we have enough memory. Okay, the drawback means overhead problem will be arised. So these are the some future research directions. Okay, those who are in blockchain or IoT, you can concentrate this open access IoT network with distributed cloud. Okay. Next, why we need an integration part? Why we need integrate? Why we have to integrate this? Okay, so the IoT provide us so many advantages, but the reliability of that IoT information is a key challenge. Okay, the most of us new techniques, but still the reliability is a key challenges. Okay, so we need a new technology called a blockchain. That blockchain provides us a solution to the data reliability problem. That means security. The blockchain helps us to provide a secure IoT related informations. So that integration part give IoT will be in the good manner. That means provide us a trusted sharing service. So all the informations available in IoT will be in reliable as well as trustable. That means trusted data. Okay, we don't bother about any attackers or attack our data, no problem at all. Okay, because we have used blockchain concept. Okay, so at the same time, we use many participants are participated in that network because I already mentioned n number of physical devices are connected over the internet. So that also we have integrated the blockchain. At that time also we face some challenges. Okay, so the main blockchain technology is identified as the key to solve three things in the IoT. One is scalability. It provides a good scalability. It provides good privacy of data and also reliability. So these three problems will be a challenges or will be a repeated problem in IoT environment. These three problems will be solved with help of our blockchain technology. Okay, so I just mentioned you three kind of connection processes in our blockchain and integrate with IoT. First, you can imagine IoT is connected with IoT. Okay, that means IoT device is connected with another IoT device. That is a very fastest thing because in here the latency is very minimum. Okay, next thing, it is able to communicate with each other and also it introduce some routing as well as discovery mechanisms. one device is connected to another device, it provides some routing information. Why we need a routing information? Routing provide us a shortest path route from source to destination. Okay, for example, the A node will be available nearer to B. Okay, now the A is transfer. I mean, it will be transmit the data to B. Okay, that routing protocols will give us a shortest path from A to B. So with help of the shortest path, latency will be reduced. Quick information will be reached at the time. Because one of the significant thing is IoT will be used in so many monitoring applications. Okay, time you can imagine in the forest fire detection. The forest event information is very important thing. Okay, it will be reached in the late at the supervisor means many disasters will happen in the fraction of a second. So we need a quick transmissions. We need a shortest path. So the routing information will provide us a clear shortest path from each and every IoT device. Okay, and next. So in this approach, all the transactions will go through with blockchain. So in the IoT, all the transactions will go through with the blockchain. However, recording of all these transactions in the blockchain definitely increase the bandwidth and also data, because IoT will provide us plenty of sensitive informations. Okay, so each and every information will be recorded means the bandwidth will definitely increase. It is also another challenges available in our integration part. Third thing is hybrid approach. Hybrid means the some part that use that blockchain and IoT transaction concept, and the rest of the things uses only the IoT device. That means only the few parts we use transaction stored in the blockchain, and the remaining parts of IoT will be without stored in the blockchain. So these are the hybrid approach. In that hybrid also, we face some challenges like which one will be used, which one we can choose. So these are the some integration challenges. Okay, that means through IoT to IoT and IoT with blockchain and a hybrid approach. Advantages. Why we need to integrate and what are the advantages while integrating the blockchain and IoT. So it provides decentralization and also improves scalability. It have a good security and also identity, autonomy, and secure code deployment. That is an important thing here. Secure code deployment. Okay. So the unauthorized people is not able to track or able to view our code. So I will tell you in the upcoming slides. Okay. First, I will start with the decentralization and scalability. As we all know, the IoT, most of the cases, fully based upon centralized approach. That means the central coordinator will control all the IoT devices. As we already see in that architecture diagram of our IoT, we have one thing more, or maybe we have a central coordinator, switches, routers. Okay, all these will be the central coordinator. It will be a full control. It have a full responsible. Okay, in case it will be in the failure case. At that time, all the information related to the particular network will be lost. Okay, so but at the same time, the blockchain provides us a decentralization architecture. Okay, so in that case, the fault tolerance and also scalability will be in the better compared with the previous things. What is the meaning of fault tolerance? Fault tolerance means it is used to detect a fault as well as recover the faults. You can see in that industry side or any side, you can imagine one fault is occurred, it will be detected, it will be quickly detected. That is a few things. Quickly detected, it will be quickly recovered. Okay, so likewise, the decentralization concept means we can use that own decision. Okay, centralized means all the decision will be made by the central coordinator. So it takes some time, but here it takes only a minimum time. So that is a big advantages. That's why it will be a good scalability while we integrating the blockchain and IoT technology. Yes, it's very notable thing is security. Next thing is. So the information and communication of IoT can be secured if they are stored as a transaction of blockchain. Yes. I already mentioned all the transactions, all the informations of IoT will be stored as a transaction in the blocks. Okay, so we can secure our information. That means IoT sensitive information. Next thing is identity. So use the blockchain system. The participants are able to identify every single device. Okay, maybe the unauthorized device also participated in the network. Okay, because network means the company peoples are using one network. Okay, all the company staffs are available in that one network. At the time, unauthorized person, maybe the different company network peoples are able to attend the meeting, are able to track, are able to crack our information. So, with the help of our blockchain, each and every participants in the network are able to identify the devices. Okay, which one is a secure device, which one is a unsecure device. Okay, so this is another advantages in the integration part. And autonomy is very simple. With the blockchain, the devices are capable of interacting with each other without involvement of any server, as I already mentioned, without involvement of any coordinators. Okay, so whenever we need, they can interact. That is a big advantage while we're using the decentralized concept. Okay, last thing is a secure code deployment. Here, with the help of blockchain, the codes will be stored in a secure manner. Because I already mentioned, the code will be used for different products, indicating a different codes. Okay, that code information will be stored in a secure manner. So the IoTs are use this functionality. That means use this secure code deployment concept to secure and update of IoT devices. Okay, so these are some basic advantages while we using an integration of IoT in the blockchain. Okay, next thing is where the integration concept used. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss about blockchain based IoT applications. Okay, so there are various blockchain based IoT integrations will be used in various applications like maritime industry, smart healthcare, smart home, and military applications. So these are the some applications. It need both IoT as well as a blockchain. Okay, all are very interesting one. Those who are interested in research, and maybe you are going to pursue PhD in maybe the future, you can choose any one of this area. That means you can concentrate on maritime industry, or you can concentrate in the smart healthcare. The smart home, I don't prefer the smart home because it's already available. So you can concentrate, you have to find out the problems related to smart healthcare, how we can integrate these two, that IoT and blockchain, and how we can use in the smart healthcare. As well as the maritime industries. Yeah, maritime industries nowadays, most of the researchers or repeatedly find out the problems related to maritime industries. That means chips, engineers, tips, lab navigations. So all these things I will discuss here. Okay, first I start with the maritime industries and in each and every application, and finally I will tell you the research perspectives where we have to start our research related to this or smart healthcare, and each and every application ends I will give you some research perspective also. So kindly note down the research related topics. Okay, whenever you have a time, you can go through and you can start to learn that new research problems. Okay, I know all people know about this basic principle. That is a mother part of our research. That means mother part of our research is problem identification. Okay, the first most important thing is problem identification. Okay, so you have a good knowledge related in the problem identification, you definitely your research will be in that good peak. Otherwise, it will be in that copyright concept. Okay, so don't do with the copyright concept. Okay, so first you have to analyze the problem. Okay, what kind of problems will be formed in the maritime industry or smart healthcare. Okay, then you have to find out the unique solution. The unique solution will be a father of our research. Okay, so each and every family we need a two terms. That means without that two terms we are not here. Okay, I think you all people agree with these two terms. One is father and mother. Okay, simply called as a dad and mom. Okay, dad will be a unique solution and mother will be a problem identification in the research point of view. Okay, so those who are interested, kindly note down these two terms. Okay, one is a problem identification and next one is a unique solution, novel solution. Okay, not a normal solution. Okay, you have to think and you have to find out the unique solution. Okay, so I will start with the application part. Okay, it's very interesting. Okay, how the IoTs and blockchains are used in maritime industry. First, I will give you the how IoTs are used. Okay, as we all know, the IoT systems use monitoring sensors. That means smart sensors to generate the real-time information about the condition of chip. Okay, as already discussed in the sensor concept, the sensors is used to be able to sense the real-time entities. That means physical events. Okay. So here the IoT systems uses the smart sensors and it is used to generate the current information about the condition of chip, whether the chip will be the working condition or will be in the difficult conditions. Okay, the main objective of utility, and also it reduces some human errors. Okay, so these are the some technologies used in the market. One is a cloud, especially we need a cloud for storage purpose and cyber security as well as a blockchain. We need both security purpose and IoT for sensing purpose and mobile device for communicating purpose. And based upon this, we can performance evaluation means we have to evaluate all the performance metrics or performance related to shipping conditions. Okay, so with the help of these terms, we have to find out the proper solutions related to problems occurred in the maritime. So I will discuss various problems occurred in the maritime. You have to find out the unique solution. Okay, so IoT provide us a good services, especially in the areas of these are the sub areas related in the maritime industry. Okay, one is a vessel tracking, next one is emission control, third one is predictive maintenance, and fourth one is supply chain visibility. Okay, and last one is most important one is safety and welfare. Okay, those who are interested in research related to maritime industry, kindly note down this topic. That means safety and welfare. Okay, we need a proper solution for safety and welfare in maritime industry, not in other area. Okay, we need a safety and welfare in the maritime industry. Okay, you started to learn what is the meaning of safety and welfare, especially in the maritime industry. Okay, what are the problems available in the safety and welfare? Okay, and after that, you have to think the solutions. Okay, so I hope you people are note down these research perspectives. My voice is audible. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Next, why we need a IoT or why we need a blockchain in the maritime industry. First thing is I have why we need a IoT, and next thing I will discuss about why we need a blockchain. Okay. First thing, why we need IoT? It's simple. IoT is used to reduce the fuel consumption, as well as it is used to discuss some problem identification. Okay. For example, I just start with some reduced fuel consumption. Okay. You can imagine. So that in the chip we have on board, that means on board. At board we have sensors and some monitoring equipment boards that are available, which is used to sense the information related to chips. Okay, and it will be intimate that sensing information to the main office. Okay, that will be main office will be available in some remote location. Okay, based upon the received information, the chief engineers or maybe in the higher officials will plan the most efficient route. Okay, we have analyzed the data, and for example, you can use A route means it will have some deep sea level, or you go this level means you will face some problems. So you can choose B route. So likewise, we can provide energy efficient route. Meanwhile, the chief engineers use that energy efficient route, and that helps to reduce the fuel consumption. Okay, so with help of these IoTs, we will reduce our fuel consumption. And next most important thing is maintenance and repair. As already mentioned, fault diagnosis. Okay, so current problem is a fault diagnosis in maritime industry. So participants, kindly note down the second problem identification in maritime industry is fault diagnosis. First one is safety and welfare. Second one is fault diagnosis. The research perspective is useful for you or not? I don't know. Shall I tell these things in additional, or otherwise I will just continue with the slides? Participants? Okay, thank you. Thank you for your response. Okay, second research diagnosis, because as we all know, the fault may be occurred in any chipping parts. Okay, it will be affect very disasters. It will be arises so many disasters to our humans as well as maybe the chip conditions. Okay, so we need to find out the fault in a quick manner. Okay, next at the same time we have to find out the proper fault recovery mechanisms. Okay, for example, one sensor node will be identified as a fault. At the same time, the another sensor node is able to work as a replacement sensor. So likewise, we have to improve our reliability, scalability. Okay, so we need to regularly monitor the health condition of the sensors. As already mentioned, the sensor have the limitation is a battery. So we need to improve our battery energy of the sensor as much as possible. Okay, sometimes so many faults are occurred. Maybe we have three kind of faults. Okay, those who are interested in fault diagnosis, kind note down. We have three basic fault diagnosis methods. One is hardware fault, software fault, and time-based faults. Okay, maybe based upon three faults, some fault will be occurred in the sensors. So we have to identify the faults, and we have to provide a good proper solution for that kind of problems. Okay, so likewise we have used IoT technologies to recover the fault and fault tolerance mechanisms. Okay, and so the captains have communicated to each other using a radios. That means, but it lead to some human errors. Maybe it will be not reachable at the correct time. Will be the voice is not clear. So maybe human errors will be affected in some disasters. Okay. So in order to avoid this, IoT provides us a live navigation, like mapping concept. We using in Google Map, no. So likewise, it uses the map concept. With the help of map, provide, maybe we'll go with the, maybe reach in the destination in the proper time manner. Okay, this is how the IoTs are used. Likewise, safer transportations. So IoT will sense the real-time data, like real-time physical events, like, and also tracking some new temperature information related to environmental condition. Okay, whether the tsunami is coming or not. So likewise, so we have to easily predict the variation in the ocean side or a sea side. So based upon the information we reach the destination in a very safe manner. And last thing is, with the help of IoT, we will provide us a good automatic settlements. Once we reach a destination, automatically the payment will be transferred to the corresponding destination peoples. Okay. So last thing, these are some IoT startups. Those who are interested in maritime industry, kindly don't down these startups. With the help of these IoT startups, many researchers doing their research related to these IO currents, green sea guards. So these are the current startups available in our maritime industry. Okay, so we have IoT technology for providing such good advantages in maritime industry. Next thing, we need a blockchain. Why? In the initial days, all the shipments or all the financials fully based upon paper-based. That means each and every engineers, captains, and higher officials will sign off in the during inspections, fully based upon papers. Even though the system is electronic, but it still requires multiple users to sign off on the shipments, creating a lengthy administrative process. That means it fully based upon paper-based. So in order to avoid this kind of crisis, we need a blockchain. Okay, so blockchain in shipping industry. Because the blockchain-based the shipping industry will track the million of shipping containers across the world. Okay, it used to track million of ships. Okay, so each participants in the shipping chain can view the progress of goods. That means that carrying the goods. No, so all the progress of informations will be viewed by each participants through the blockchain ledger, because all the transactions, all the informations, all the product code informations will be stored in the blockchain ledger. The ledger will provide us a clear view about, a clear progress about goods. Okay, they can see also status of the custom documents. Okay, or view the bills of lading and other data in the real time. Okay, so I already mentioned with the blockchain, we can avoid the paper-based concept. Okay, so it alleviates, that means it eliminates a huge amount of record keeping, because it simply uses the block concept. And each and every block, it maintains a list of records that related to product information, that related to transaction information, that related to time of transaction. So all the related informations will be monitored with help of a blockchain. So we can use the blockchain in the shipping industry to avoid the paper-oriented information, as well as it will be mainly helpful for the administrative purpose. So it reduces the administrative maintenance purpose. Okay, so this is how the IoT and the blockchains are used in the maritime industry. So three things you have to note down here. One is safety and welfare in the maritime industry. Second thing is fault diagnosis in maritime industry. Third thing is how we can use the integration of IoT and blockchain related to maritime industry. So these are the three research areas. Current problem identity, proper solutions. So for each and every solution, one research paper. Okay, so you started to learn or started to work with this kind of direction. Definitely, your research will be in the good publication side. Next thing is smart healthcare. It is our second application. How the integration of IoT and blockchain we used in the smart healthcare. The current research, most of the patients or doctors are using the IoT environment. They move from normal mode into the IoT environment. With the help of IoT, we can diagnose various kind of diseases like cancer, stroke, heart-related diseases. So, with the help of IoT, it is used to enhance the quality of care. With the help of this automation, we can reduce some human errors. Moreover, the IoT technology also helps the medical service customers. They feel more comfortable because they know all the statistics data in their hands. Based upon the statistics data, they will provide us some good solution. That means good treatments. So this is how the IoT or any other intelligent systems. We have a various IoT intelligent systems available like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. So I only focus upon Internet of Things. So for example, in our hand, maybe one fracture will be occurred in our finger. This is our first input data. That means raw data. This is our input image. It will be converted into structured data. That means we have used some pre-processing state, filtering concept we have used here. Based upon the filtering, the noises are removed in the input image. So we have a pure image. That means without noise, we have one image. That image is called as a pure image. Next, that pure image will be given into the next stage. That means learning algorithm. Find out the appropriate model. So this is our appropriate model of our hand. So from this, finally, we can predict and we can detect the fracture number. So this is how our learning will be monitored remotely with help of IoT. So through the IoT technology, it allows the doctors to track the patient data. Okay. After that, tracking of the patient data and it will be convert or will be construct a digital model of the patient. That means what will be the current sugar level, current pressure, what will be the previous week statistics, what will be the future prediction also. So he will digital model, he or she create the digital model of the particular patient. That digital data or the digital model also helps in the patient also, because patient can view, okay, compared with previous week, we will reduce our sugar as well as pressure. So this is how the IoTs are used in the smart healthcare. For example, with the assistance of, with the help of IoT, it is easy to track the location and utilization of any kind of medical equipments in the real time. Okay, so we have to find out the proper solution and proper treatments in all the related. So these are the 4 IoT stages. Those who are interested research in IoT or smart healthcare or blockchain, that means collaboration of application in the smart healthcare, kindly note on these 4 steps, because with the help of these 4 steps only we can do our research. First one is a device. Which devices we are going to implement in our medical care? For example, devices means which sensor we are going to use. This is our first case. Next, sensors produce the signal in the maybe form of image. That image will be given input to the pre-processing stage. That pre-processing will remove noisy data and provide us a good image. That image will be stored in the data storage. Based upon the storage, the doctors or patients or some physicians will take some analysis related to that data. Okay, maybe analysis means like report. They will give us a clear report of current patients. So based upon this, we can easily predict the disease, whether the patient having the stroke or not. Okay, likewise, we have to do these 4 steps. Why we need a IoT in healthcare? You people able to follow my slides?
Yes, yes, sir.
Participants?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. So with the help of IoT, we can reduce the waiting time, because nowadays we are at the hospitals. We will go to the hospitals. We are waiting 1 hour, 2 hours for meeting the doctors. With the help of IoT, all will be the digital concept. So the doctors will view the data, our statistics through the IoT environment. So we can easily predict the disease and also tell us our appropriate treatments. So with the help of IoT, we can track the patient records up to date. Up to date information will be available in the IoT protocols. Okay. So likewise, we can prevent the errors. I already mentioned we have reduced the human errors, and nowadays most of the IoT based healthcare treatments will be going in the positive directions. So we have used the IoT for our smart healthcares and the Internet of Medical Things. Okay, you can imagine we are in some remote location. That location we have either lack of medical experts or some absence of cancer specialists. In that case, we use the IoT concept here. So IoT, we use some appropriate sensors, and it will sense the data. That means human data, patient data. That data will be converted into some images, like I will tell you in the next slide. So through the images, it will be forwarded to the healthcare expert system. So the doctors or physicians or any healthcare monitoring systems, through the healthcare monitoring system servers, they can analyze our input data, whether the patient have cancer or not. They will tell based upon the analyzing of data. Here, it is one of the clear architecture. As I already mentioned, we have 3 layers while we integrating IoT in any applications. One is IoT, next one is fog layer, and third one is a cloud layer. So we have is IoT layer. So this is our IoT layer. So IoT layer uses the sensors, different type of sensors that will be implemented in human patients. Okay, once the data will be sent and it will be forwarded to the higher layers with help of communication protocols. Here, Wi-Fi communication protocols is preferred. Okay, fog layer. Fog layer will perform some filtering operation. It just avoids some unwanted data. I already discussed all these things. And also it uses some encryption methods. And finally, it will be stored in the remote healthcare system. So from this, the doctors or physicians are take the data and they will give us appropriate treatments. So these are some different type of IoT systems. So we have used IoT systems for tracking of activities in treatment of cancer, as well as stroke, as well as any kind of heart-related diseases, brain stroke diseases, and we use some storage of vaccines with the help of IoT, and we can use control our IoT with help of hygiene practices. So likewise, we can use the IoT in different healthcare area, different healthcare systems also. So what are the different type of IoT tools available? So one of the most frequently used tool is machine learning algorithms. Based upon the learning algorithms, we can predict whether the patient have cancer or not. He is a normal person or abnormal person. So based upon the learning algorithm output, we can predict, we can classify the data. Okay. So likewise, we have used various tools. Moreover, one of the most challenges and also important thing is optimal placement of sensors. Where we have to place the sensors. That is a critical thing. Where we have to place the sensors. Okay, so these are the some available in our. All we know, we work in the medical field. Definitely, these images will give us some meaningful information because we have a different type of images used in the medical application, like X-ray. This is our input image. This is our banana. This is our input image, like X-ray. We have used MRI scan. We have used a CT scan. Any one of the images can be used in the research purpose. Most of the cases, the researchers use the MRI scan because it will give us a clear data. Okay, based upon the MRI images, we can predict like this. So I will show you one demo here. Before that, these are major 4 steps available in the smart healthcare. Imagine, okay, you can imagine like this. Now we are going to predict a stroke, whether the person has stroke or not. Okay, for that we have to do these 4 steps. First step, as we all know, pre-processing stage. Participants, kindly note down these 4 steps. Those who are interested in medical healthcare, smart healthcare, kindly note down these 4 steps. The rest of the people don't bother about this. Okay, so we just simply note down the 4 steps. First step is a pre-processing stage. In that pre-processing stage, we know the noise removal is happening here. And second thing is a segmentation. We have segment the input image. And third thing is a feature extractions. So we have to extract the features and find out the optimal features. And last thing is we have to diagnose as well as classify the images with help of various classifier algorithms like SVM, random forest. We have a deep learning classifier. Okay, we have a different kind of classifiers. Based upon the classifier, we can classify the person, the normal person as well as the abnormal persons. So one of the output of my own research is, this is my own research output. So I want to share with you. Okay, this is our first input image. That means this is our MRI input image. This is our pre-processing stage output. Here the noise is removed here. After that, segmented output here. This third image is the segmented output. And final thing is stroke detected image. Here, the green color indicates the stroke part. So the patient have stroke in their image. So likewise, we have to analyze, we have to predict, we have to diagnose, as well as we have to classify the diseases with the help of our technologies. How we can use blockchain here? As we all know, IoT sends the data. That means our patient data. That data will be stored in some cloud. In case they will predict our human body data, I'm going to check up the hospital. They will MRI. They will scan my images. That means MRI is given. They will provide us. That information will be stored in the IoT environment field. In case maybe the hackers or maybe my enemies will change the data. There is a possible to change the data. I don't have any cancer, but the enemies or maybe any hackers will change our data. At that time, the doctors or any physicians can view our data. They will say that or will shows us we have a cancer. So likewise, the privacy of data is very lag in an IoT environment. So we need a blockchain technology. So the blockchain technology acts as a verification tool. Okay, that is acted as a verification tool. It ensures only the authorized users, not unauthorized users, are not able to access our data. I already mentioned all the data are stored in the blocks are able to modify. Okay, so we can't modify the data which are stored in the blocks. So we have to sense the data with the help of IoT. All data. So that is acted as a verification tool in the healthcare industries. So kindly note on it, blockchain acted as a verification tool. So this is how. Moreover, apart from that verification, that informations will be given as doctors as well as hospitals as well as insurance companies for maybe claiming for insurance, because in the verification tool, nobody will track our data, and also some research institutions will be using our data. So likewise, with the help of blockchain, we can guarantee our data and we can given our data to any persons in that screen. So further, the blockchain technology helps in storing the medical data, as already mentioned, with the help of a private key, not a public key. All the receipts of surgeries also stored in the blockchain and will be helpful to send the insurance providers as a proof. Then definitely the insurance providers asking as a proof the receipt. So all the receipt will be stored in the blocks. So the complete medical report will be stored in the blockchain as a blocks concept. Okay, all the information related to medical will be stored in the blocks. So these are the some blockchain startups. So kindly note on these blockchain startups. Already IBM started their work related to blockchain integrated with smart healthcare. So many companies like Amazon Web Service, so many industry peoples are started to work with blockchain related to smart healthcare. So kindly go through, these are the startups. Whenever you have a doubt, you can go through these startups. It will be more useful for your research perspectives. So what are the main challenges, especially in the smart healthcare? One is already mentioned, security and privacy of data. And it needs some exclusive cost because we implement IoT devices, each and devices will be give us a more cost. And data overloaded issues, because day by day, all the data in the smart healthcare will provide us a periodic data. It's not unperiodic data, it's a periodic data. Oftenly, the data will be monitored, will be stored in the blocks. So these are the next challenges while we facing the data overloaded issues. These are some research innovations. Those who are interested in the smart healthcare, kindly note down these research innovations. IoT-based healthcare system, Cypher medical system and control, biosensor designs. We can use the CAD technology. CAD means computer aided diagnosis. So I discussed in that MRI output. I already saw that MRI that is purely based upon CAD system, computer aided diagnosis. So we can predict, detect, as well as classify the images, that means MRI images with help of a CAD, as well as wearable sensors. Nowadays, most of the researchers using the wearable sensor concept also. So likewise, these are some research innovations which are available in our smart healthcare. So we can integrate IoT and blockchain, and especially you have to find out the proper solution related to these research innovations. And how the integration of IoT and blockchains are used in the smart homes. So I will conclude as soon as possible. So smart homes, we all know smart lighting. For example, you can imagine like this. In the morning, we are very rushed to push in the college bus. We are going very rushed and we are going to fast in the college. At that time, we have forgot to switch off the fans, lights, TVs, etc. So we can simply install the IoT applications through our mobile phones. We can control all the home appliances with the help of our IoT. Because we are in the college, we can simply control all the home appliances with the help of our IoT applications. And the blockchain is used here. Each appliances, for example, TV had one unique code, refrigerator have one unique code, fan have unique code. So all the codes will be stored in the internet, that means cloud. Maybe any attackers will attack our code, they will easily attack our homes appliances. They will simply switch on our fans at unwanted times. So we have to encrypt these applicant codes with the help of our blockchain. So with the help of blockchain, we feel very secure, we feel very comfortable with the home appliances also. Okay. So what are the integration challenges? So these are the integration challenges. These are the open challenges available with when we are integrated with IoT and blockchain. 4 integration challenges. High computational optimization, security, storage capacity, and data privacy. I just start with a very simply, I will conclude this session because most of the participants are feel very bored because fully theory concept. My usual session is not like this. My usual session is half of the part is theory and half of the part is hands-on session. But today I'm not able to give a hands-on session. Okay, so now I tell you the high computational optimization challenges. So encryption, it is a main theme of our blockchain. So it is required to verify each transaction at each individual nodes. Think about that. Each node will use the blockchain encryption algorithms to verify the transactions. As I already mentioned, IoT produce huge volume of data. So each and every data will be analyzed or will be verified, means it's very require processing power. So that is a big computational optimization challenges, is one of the main challenges. At the same time, IoT already have some limitation problem. That means a power limitation problem. So we have to use our power in an appropriate manner. While we integrating IoT and blockchain, this is the first important challenge. That means high computational optimization problem. Second one is a security. Yeah, already IoT have some security issues. In that, we have to use the blockchain. Even though it provides some good security methodologies, it still needs some security because we have to run time upgradation and reconfiguration mechanisms in that integration scenario. We have to upgrade each and every nodes in our devices. These are the next integration challenges. And storage capacity, it's already mentioned. IoT device generate and stored GB of data, that means gigabyte of data in real time because it produces periodic of data. Frequently it generates and frequently stored. But blockchain is not designed to store large amount of data. Okay, so this is our another challenging while we designing the integration concept. Storage capacity. And last thing is data privacy. So the many IoT applications work with the confidential data. As we work in the bank transactions, medical healthcare, so all the confidential. For example, when the device is linked to the person, you can imagine the e-healthcare scenario. It is essential to address the problem of data privacy. Yes, the security of data without permission of the humans, we can access our device. So these are the some data privacy issues while we integrating IoT. So these are the 4 important challenges available in the integration part. So those who are interested in, or those who are interested to work in the integration part, while you concentrate these 4 challenges. So you have to find out the proper solution in the high optimization problem. You have to provide a good solution in the security or provide a good storage capacity. Likewise, you have to think, you have to provide the solution. This is a good way. So that's all about our session. So I have to say you only a few things related to research. Those who are interested in research, I will give you a free tips. That means you have to first find out the application. First thing you have to find out which application you are going to use. For example, medical application or military application or industry application or agriculture application. So you have to find out the application. Next thing, you have to find out the problem. That means I already mentioned mother part. The problem identification in that particular application. And third thing is you have to find out the unique solution with using, or you have to think about, you have to find out the new novel algorithms. And last thing is you have to find out the suitable research channels, good quality channels, and you can upload in that good free channels, not go for paid channels. Okay, so before concluding my session is always give us some information related to some real times. So at last, I will have to say you a few things. First, because we are all in the working as a faculty, so first we feel very proud to be a teacher. Most of the teachers or faculty members are not proud themselves. Okay, so proud yourself. Work within the good environment because all are working in the good reputed institutions. So we feel very proud to be a teacher, and this is one of the inspiring equations. Most of the cases they use as inspiring equation. M denotes a motivation. We need a self-motivation. Okay, nobody will give us a motivation. They will always give us a bad things or negative things. Okay, don't bother about just keep these persons. You self-motivate yourself and put your commitment in twice. You will get good excellence. So that is the meaning of this equation, E equal to MC square. So once again, I repeat it. You have to motivate yourself and put your commitment in twice, and you will get a good excellence. So you have to develop your unique characteristics, okay? Because we are all doing completed BSTs, we are all in the working in that critical situations. So you have to develop your unique characteristics. Like you have to publish in unique journals, you have to improve your citation, you have to improve your projects, you have to improve funders. Likewise, we have to develop and you have to work in the good manner, and definitely you people will shine on in like this bulb one day. Not this bulb, you will definitely like this bulb. So all the best for your future career, all the best for your future research. So that's all about my sessions. So thank you for the participants and the coordinators for giving this wonderful opportunity. Those who have doubts related to IoT or blockchain or integration or Tinkercad tool, you can kindly ping me a message that mean in the mail, or you can call me through my mobile number. I hope the session is very useful for you. So thank you. Thank you, participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir.
Thank you, Professor. So you have doubt related to any implement journals related, you have send me a mail to my mail, or you can call me. So I will post my mail box. So thank you, participants. Most of the reply me in the chat box. Thank you for session the last 2 months. So I gave nearly 25 sessions. I'm very happy part of this all SSTP, IICT sponsor, ATAL sponsor. So kindly note down my mail ID, and whenever you have a doubt, you can send me a mail. Definitely I will reply to my mail. So thank you all. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. So thank you, participants. Thank you, faculty members. for joining with us.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
sir.
your wonderful sessions. I think both the sessions are very useful for all of us. Very thank you, sir.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
sir,
sir.
for a wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Madam.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
have
all.
noted your email, so definitely you will be getting all our queries. I hope we do not pressurize you too much.
Not like that, not like that. I'm very happy to part of your work with the collaboration part. No problem. Whenever you have a doubt, just send me a
Yeah.
mail. Definitely, I will
Sure,
reply to
sir.
that mail. Don't bother
Sure,
about
sir.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is my pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you for your valuable suggestions. Thank you. So thank you all. Have a good day. We will meet in some other occasions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, we are having our next session by 2:30 p.m. Kindly join 10 or 5 minutes before the session.